And that's his 4th strikeout of the game. And Bobby File, 4.66. Well, no home run king or slugger, neither. Single to left. So File singles, he's 1 for 3 on the day. And it's Tommy Agee, 2.34. Runners on base, play drama. We're going to use the 4-6. Catcher iron, no. So it's otherwise, batter lets fastball go by for a strike. So Tommy Agee gets another opportunity here with a runner on first and 1 out. 6.66, ace, no. Sad sack, no. Deep drive glove. So a Gold Glove outfielder gets a chance to make a big play on the micro chart. So I'm glad I've gotten the deep drive glove. So now I know how to use this chart. It has 2 columns. You're supposed to use the column on the left first, and then it leads you to the column on the second, if necessary. So we're going to see, we're going to use the number, we just need a 1 die, and we're going to use this 1. And right fielder gold is the question. So is the right fielder gold? And that's Marshall, and the answer is no. So he leaps. And no. Just over his glove, home run for Tommy Agee. A 2-run home run for Tommy Agee. And the Mets now lead it here in the bottom of the 6th by a score of 3-1. Big home run by Tommy Agee, who's really turned it around of late and has been hitting some home runs. The Mets overall as a team have started to hit, which they didn't in the first half of the season. So Tom Terrific is happy about that. And there's movement in the bullpen. Cleon Jones, 3.45. Iron catcher, no. Good eye, no. It's a strikeout. It takes us to the right now. A strikeout, a 5th strikeout, and then it's Don Clendenin in the right now. And we're going to use, for the right now, we're going to use this number up here, 4-4. Batter steps out of the box, timeout, he takes ball 4, bases on balls. And that's going to be all she wrote for, and we're going to have to, it's going to be a double switch as well. I'm not really excited about the double switches because I hate putting guys in there that maybe didn't play. And also, I have a 2 for 3 third baseman who's batting. I don't want to pull him. Don't really want to pull Bonds. Well, Bonds, I can pull Bonds. He's new. I want to bring in Hart, a righty. See if I have somebody who's a lefty that can bat in that pitcher spot. So all right. So it's going to be. An infielder. All right, I'm going to bring in Hart. And to pitch, we're going to bring in McMahon. So McMahon is going to pitch to Swoboda. Let's just make sure McMahon is a... because Swoboda is a righty, so we want McMahon to be a righty, and he is. I'm going to clip his wings a little bit if I can find my... And I don't think I can. It was here, but I was doing a lot of organizing, and I organized myself right out of the edge rounder. Don't know what I did with it, but I will take this opportunity to get the crowd back into it. A lot of excitement going on here at Shea Stadium. The crowd is really happy about the score right now, 3-1. Lost the crowd again. All right, that's not the crowd we want. Let's go back. That sounds about right. Met fans are excited here at Shea. Listen to that crowd. All right, pitching change. Don McMahon is going to come in for Ron Bryant. Well, we got to really calm down that crowd a little bit. That's the most exciting crowd I've ever heard. All right. So this is the big inning, and it's going to be Ron Swoboda versus Don McMahon. There's a runner on first. The Mets have just taken the lead 3-1 here on a 2-run homer by Tommy Agee. And there's 2 outs in the inning, and it's Ron Swoboda. So here it's going to be Hart is going to play left field. Henderson is going to move over to center field. Hart is going to come in, and he's going to play left field. All right, and it's going to be Ron Swoboda against Don McMahon. I was right about to say Ed McMahon. And see what happens here. Ed McMahon is going to be, I'm sorry, Don McMahon is going to be blue. Okay, here goes. Ron Swoboda. And it's 1-3-6. 1-3-6. Let me look, walk. Okay, 1-3-6. An ace. Well, he is an ace, so it's going to be a strikeout. So McMahon comes in and strikes out Ron Swoboda. And at the end of 6 innings of play, it's the Mets 3 and the Giants zip. So we're going to go to the top of the... Hello there, folks. Here we are in game 27 of 35, August 8th. August 21st, 1969. And we're at Shea Stadium. The score is 3-1 Mets. And we're in the top of the 7th. The Mets took the lead in the bottom of the 6th with a 2-run homer by Tommy Agee after Bobby File singled. And it's going to be Dick Dietz here in the top of the 7th. Seaver is still in the game, and he's looking good. He's given up only 1 run. He has 5 strikeouts, excuse me. He's given up 1, 2, 3 hits. So it's going to be Dick Dietz, and we're going to flip a card, not using dice today. 3-6-6. 3-6-6, is he a pinch hitter? No, fly out to center field. So 1 away. And it's going to be Hal Lanier. Hal Lanier is 0 for 2. He's flat out to the outfield twice. And it's 4-4-6. Is he a star? No. Sad sack, utility, or patient. He's a utility, so it's a called strike 3. So that's a 6th strikeout for Seaver. And now it's going to be Hart. It's Jim Hart. He's a right-handed batting left fielder, and he is in the pitcher's spot. There was a double switch in that inning when McMahon came in to face Swoboda in that bottom of the 6th. Bryant got pulled at that point, so Jim Hart is in there, and he's going to bat. So this is the first time that Seaver's facing him. 3-6-6, pinch hitter, single to right. Well, actually, he's not a pinch hitter because he came in, fly out to center. Fly out to center. And that's all she wrote for the top of the 7th. And we go to Duffy Dyer. He's 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded out. 3-1 game, Mets. And it's 1-2-5. Struggler. McMahon is not a struggler. He's a star and a flash and control. Patient. Not patient. Ground ball to the third baseman unless he's a whiffer, and he is a whiffer, so that's strike 3. 2nd strikeout for McMahon. And it's Al Weiss. Al Weiss is struck out and walked, and that's a 2-4-5. Not a hero. So it's a pop out to second base, and that's going to take us to the player experience chart. To the player experience chart. And we're going to go to a pinch hitter for Seaver. We're going to pull Seaver. He's a little bit over his innings pitched, so I want to line him up a little bit. And this he can leave without taking a loss, which would also help his stats, since I didn't really know the game all that well when I started out. And we're going to bring in Eddie Kranepool. Let me see. Yeah, Eddie Kranepool actually played in this game, and he pinch hit. So we're going to bring in Eddie Kranepool. He's going to pinch hit for Seaver. So Kranepool for Seaver, bottom of the 7th. And that's going to be an A. He's going to be an A for that. Put that in the box as well. It's a real excited crowd, I can tell you. All right. 2 out. Eddie Kranepool for Tom Seaver. And we pull a 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Oh, no. We're going to use the previous. I believe we had it was a pop out. It was a 2-4-5. Let me look at that. The good thing about these cards, you can kind of retrace your steps. So it was a pop out second base. We're going to the player experience chart. Now I don't know if when you bring in a pinch hitter you lose access to that chart, but doesn't really matter to me right now. So I'm going to use the 2-3, and it's a prospect pitcher. No, it's an icon pitcher. So it's a ground out to second base. So 4-3, and that's all she wrote for the bottom of the 7th inning. And now we're going to have it's going to be, who pitched in this game for the Mets? It was McGraw, Taylor. So we're going to bring in Tug McGraw to face the lefty hitting Mason. Tug McGraw. So McGraw's in there. And McGraw will be, I guess, orange. Make him orange. Okay. So Don Mason against Tug McGraw. And it's 2-3-5. 2-3-5. Wild. Is Tug McGraw wild? No, he's not. Eager. Single through shortstop. Not eager. So it's a ground out to second base unless he's patient. And no, he is not. So it's a 4-3. 1 away. Here in the top of the 8th inning. Score Mets 3. Giants 1. And it's Kenny Henderson. Kenny Henderson on the day is 2 for 3. Double and a single. And that's a 1-4-5. 1-4-5. Is he a struggler? No. Ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman. Foul over to Clendenin. That's 2 away. And then we go to Dave Marshall. Dave Marshall is 0 for 3. Struck out twice. 1-2-5. Struggler, no. Patient. Base on balls. He's semi-patient. The side die says no. Ground out to third base unless he's a whiffer. See what the side die says. It says yes, so strikeout. Strikeout. And we go. That's all she wrote for the top of the 8th. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Mets 3. Giants 1. And it's going to be the Buddy Houston's going to bat. Buddy Houston's 1 for 3 on the day. 1-4-5. Struggler, no. Ground out to the first baseman who takes himself 1 away. And Bobby File, who's 1 for 3. 3-3-5. Well, no sat sack. He is not. It's a single to right and a stolen base, but he's stoic, so he doesn't. So it's a single. Second single for File. He's 2 for 4 on the day, and it's Tommy Agee. Tommy Agee is 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run. And it's a 2-2-6. 2-2-6. Batter hit by pitch. Decided die says no. Keep going. Clean up batter. Oh, Tommy Agee is in the 3rd spot. It's a fly out to left unless he's a whiffer. I've used the decided die, so let me pull another decided die, and it says no. So it's a fly out to, it was 2-2-5. 2-2-6. Fly out to left. It's hard out there. 2 away. And it's Jones. Cleon Jones is 0 for 3, so he's due. He actually finished 3rd in the batting race that year. Had behind Rose, who I think won it, and then right fielder for the Pirates. I went totally blank. Oh, goodness gracious. I think he died in a plane crash in December of 1972, and I went totally blank on his name. That's embarrassing. All right, so let's keep on going. It'll come to me. Jones, here goes, against McMahon. 155. Home run king. He's a hero, champion, a slugger, semi for all. So he's not a home run king. It's a fly out to center. Fly out to center. And that's all she wrote for the bottom of the 8th. So now we're in the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Giants here. They're going to have Willie McCovey. The pitcher spot, and then Davenport. McCovey's 0 for 3 on the day. And it's Tug McGraw in there. 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no. Good eye, no. Strikeout. It takes us to the right now chart. Strikeout, but that's going to go away because we're going to a pinch hitter. Going to a pinch hitter. And let's see if we have somebody. Bob Berta, a lefty, is going to come in and pinch hit. So Berta is going to pinch hit for McMahon. With 1 away here. And it's going to be Berta. There he is. Lefty. And it's a 1-4-4. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was in the right now chart. So we're going to use this one here. Actually, I used the one right back here. 4-6. The right now chart, 4-6. Hot pitcher. Yes, he is. Called 3rd strike. 3rd consecutive strikeout for Tug McGraw. And we go to Jim Davenport. Davenport is 2 for 3 on the day, a double and a single. And it's 1-4-4. Flash. He is Flash. Tug McGraw is Flash. That's a strikeout unless he's a good eye, and he is not. So that's the end of the ball game. So Tug McGraw comes in, picks up a save, faces 4 batters, and strikes them all out. So great job, Tug McGraw. Seaver gets the win. Seaver, I'll show you the box score now to see how he did. Okay, so Seaver went 7 innings. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. Base on balls, he went 1 walk, 5 Ks, 6 Ks, and no home runs. So a big save. So McGraw goes 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 4 consecutive Ks. I thought he just faced 4 batters, but he faced 6, but struck out the last 4. And no home runs. So let's look at this. And final score Mets 3 here at Shea, and the Giants 1. Okay, these are the stats. So in actuality, Seaver had no decision, pitched 7 innings, 6 hits, gave up 4 earned runs, 7 base on balls, 5 strikeouts, and 2 home runs. In this game, he got the win, pitched 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 base on balls, and 6 strikeouts. So that's all she wrote for game 27 of 35 on August 21st, 1969. And I'll double check that date and make sure it's right on. And again, you're watching Combat Painter Tabletop Baseball 1969 Seaver Experiment. Thanks for tuning in. I'll have this video up pretty soon. I'm going to try to splice it together and make it a little bit shorter. It's a little bit longer than I want it to be. And I hope you enjoyed it. Take care now. Talk to you soon.